Hello, my friends. This is Andy Falco Jimenez coming to you live from Yorba Linda, California. Sorry for a little bit of a late start. I was getting some updated information that I wanted to make sure and throw into a slide so that you could see how amazing this news is that I'm about to tell you. Now, it isn't often that I remember getting so much good information on a Sunday. Usually when I'm talking about PYUSD, which is our school district, Placentia Yorba Linda Unified School District, that's stuff that's happening during the week when the district has employees at the district and things are happening, that kind of stuff. So it's really, really unusual to get updates on some new stuff that's coming out. But as the title says, I have breaking news about the Universal Sports Institute here at the Placentia Yorba Linda Unified School District is showing a profit, and it hasn't even started yet. And this is going to be the dismay to the dismay of the teachers unions, because they've spent most of their time trying to get Dr. Alex Chernus, the superintendent, fired because of at least this one thing. There's several things that they're trying to throw at him, which are every one of them is untrue, especially this one. And that is that the USI is somehow going to break the district, or that it is illegally funded, that he's only brought in friends of his to have, these unique contracts with a program that almost no other school district, I don't even know if any other school district has this. They have sports academies, but they have nothing like USI, which is that I'm going to tell you a little bit more about in just a few minutes. USI, of course, I'm just going to say it one more time so people understand. USI stands for the Universal Sports Institute, which is an academy that is directed specifically for athletes within the school district, which means that anybody who uses it, the district will get a benefit from the state. I already forgot what it's called, but there's funds that are allocated to the district for every student that attends the school district. And I've had so much faith in Dr. Alex Chernus that there was no doubt in my mind that what he was putting together, and to many other people that are involved in putting USI together, that it was going to be successful. I was kind of, really paying attention. I was trying to make sure that I asked as many questions when I had the opportunity to find out what's going on. I made a special appointment where, like a couple other parents did, where we contacted Dr. Alex Chernus and said, tell us about this program. And myself and other parents, were able to meet with Dr. Alex Chernus at one of the sites and get a little input as to what was going on. And it blew my mind, at least at that. What I'm hearing today is even more amazing than what I thought was going to be happening. So I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to try to keep this as possibly as short as I can. But one thing I got to address, because I get accused of a whole bunch of stuff, which is, again, just like what Dr. Alex Chernus gets accused. It's a large number of lies. But they believe that I have some special insight or a direct red line. Like I have this red phone that I pick up and say, hey, I need to know what's happening. I don't want anybody, I want information that nobody else knows. What I do is I pay attention to the social medias, and I always use a plural when I talk about it, because there's multiple, right? There's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's X, there's LinkedIn. There's a number of different places where some of this information gets put out. And you simply just have to pay attention and make sure that you're ready for any information that may be put out. But there's a gentleman by the name of Marcus Jones, who's a former professional athlete. I believe it was baseball, who is one of the coaches at USI. So earlier this morning, I saw a post that he put out, and I'm going to share with you. And I hope you don't mind me reading to you, but I'm going to, that's what every newscaster does. They read a teleprompter, but I'm going to read what is on the screen. That way, if you're driving, you'll be able to hear what Marcus Jones put out this morning. And this is before I found out the really good news. So this is great news, and then even better news a little bit later on. So let me get you what Marcus said here. I'm going to get rid of that lower third that has my name on there, just so you don't have to see it the whole time. And I'm going to bring up his post. And again, his name is Marcus Jones, and he's a coach. And he writes, USI update alert. Full disclosure, I am a paid coach for the Universal Sports Institute. I have been an advisor for the USI baseball softball portion. Last week, we had our first training introduction to the USI training complex at the OCSCS, which is Orange County School of Computer Science campus, from Director Taylor Holloway. We were able to meet the other coaches from different disciplines, and the lineup is incredible. Tons of knowledge in the room. We also got to meet the head strength trainer for Recode Fitness and the adaptive fitness coach. I am terrible with names, so I don't want to butcher anyone's names. We were given a great presentation by the training lab founder, Sam Calavita, on the technology being used by the athletes and coaches for the USI. I was in absolute shock. It's one thing to pay a lot of money for equipment and facilities. It's completely different when you realize what the equipment and technology can do. What the parents, athletes, and coaches will have in the palm of their hand while training, the data they will get throughout the day, and how this data can create a workout plan through exercise, nutrition, and recovery is next world space age stuff. I can't even begin to describe it. I consider myself pretty well informed and sort of a techie, but what Mr. Calavita showed us, I literally had to pick my jaw up off the floor. These student athletes are going to have the most unbelievable, amazing opportunity to develop their bodies and minds. I literally have been telling everyone I come in contact with what I saw. I was dumbfounded. I still don't believe it. I raised my hand and told everyone this presentation needs to be held for the public. You have to see it to believe it. On top of the unreal technology that is life-changing, we have the entire mental performance training piece with access human potential. I was lucky enough to train under Dr. Ken Ravizza, and I have my own page in a second book. And I can tell you that this portion of the training will be a game changer. This is the piece that has changed my life and allowed me to fight my way to the major leagues. Our kids are so lucky. It's been said that other school districts are copying us. No, they can't. This is next level innovative, unbelievable technology. Other districts have contracted to other training shops. I have been there, and they are in the Stone Age compared to what the USI has. My hope is that the PYLUSD puts out some sort of media event to have Mr. Calavita and his staff show what our students are going to be doing. I will tell you this. Once the word gets out, the USI is going to be at capacity. Any parent of a dedicated athlete who can make the homeschool portion work would be out of their mind not to send their kid here. Oh, and the cost for your student athlete to attend? $0. So that was amazing to wake up to that report from Marcus to explain what it is that, a professional athlete like him, who was a coach, what is going to be available to our kids at PYLUSD. And that last part is really important that he talks about, and that is that currently we have just some advertisements that are at Orange County Airport. I saw one the other day on a billboard on the 91 freeway, just near the 57 freeway. And I believe there's another one going southbound on the 57 freeway. There may be others, but I've seen a few. And so from that advertisement, we have enrollment increases to USI from homeschooled kids, and they come from all over the place. And sorry, I got to change my screen here so I can see something. And from what I'm reading here is that they're coming from Sacramento, Simi Valley, and San Diego just to enroll in USI. So we have students that are coming from all over the state of California. And from what I understand, they're even coming from other states. And that is what's increasing the numbers of kids that are going to be enrolling in USI. And that is just exactly what I'm telling you. That is what we have now. That's before really anybody begins to participate in what USI has to offer. But once that begins, people are going to be able to talk. These sports industries, these sports like football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, everybody really kind of knows each other, at least especially in this area here. They either worked at another school and been transferred. Everybody kind of is intertwined in some way or another. And once students begin to say, and parents begin to talk, and coaches begin to talk and say, oh my God, what PYLUSD has, Somehow we have to be there, and enrollment is going to begin to go through the roof. So just understand that right now we have the lowest level of enrollment that they're going to have at USI, that this is going to increase. And so I want to now bring you to the next part, which I thought was amazing. This is a post from Leandra Blades, who is the president of the PYLUSD school board. And if you're watching right now, which I see a large number of people are watching right now, feel free to comment. I don't know how many questions I can answer because I'm only reporting what I'm reading to you. So I don't know that much more than anything else. But I want you to comment and just say, wow, or, I can't believe this is happening, or this is amazing. And the teachers union really should shut their traps and begin to understand that what is happening at PYLUSD is amazing. And even though I'm giving you this news, even though all this information is coming out now, they're going to find a way to tell you that somehow, Dr. Alex Chernus has made a deal with the mafia that somehow he's done something, and because they are just that way, that the better the news, the more that they lose their minds and have to come up with new nonsense to say that, well, now 200 teachers have been fired. Again, 0 teachers have been fired from PYLUSD, and only 1 principal has been asked to not come back, and his contract was not renewed. But they're going to tell you that hundreds of teachers have been fired, that 25 principals have been fired, but none of those things are true. So I can't imagine what it is they're going to come up with to claim that this is all really bad news. But here's the important part. So Leandra Blades comes out with this just a few minutes ago, just before I went live and I created this broadcast. And it says, ladies and gentlemen, the numbers are in. As of August 16, 2024, the Universal Sports Institute at Parkview is running in the black with a net gain of over $600,000 before it even has opened its doors for the school year. All the negativity, all the drama, we didn't let it stop us because we are working for the students in our community. Can't stop, won't stop. Blades 2024, big risks, big rewards. And that is incredible, because I'm going to share one more thing with you. And hold on, I got to go to my other screen here again because I want to make sure and get this right, is that we have 3 essential virtual academy. We have El Camino, which is for kids that are struggling with one thing or another, and so it's the school that kids that are delinquent or having other problems they've been suspended several times or expelled, and so I'm not sure about being expelled, but they're just problematic kids will attend El Camino. And then we have Parkview, and that is where USI. I think it was going to be there too, but all these schools. So these schools were added more recently, and 2 of them are running at a negative, and that is Buena Vista Virtual Academy is running at a negative last year of $1,139,359 and some change. El Camino is running at a $2,245,813 negative. And Parkview has a positive revenue of $342,000. So coming back to you guys here, is that so if we add those together, what it costs to put those schools together, oops, oh, I put the negative in the wrong spot. Sorry about that. That's supposed to be minus. So just ignore that minus, because this is what it costs. Take that minus out there, because that's what I'm using later on in the graphic. But it cost $8,752,908. So I guess you could maybe add it. It cost, so it could be a negative, and 21 cents. So that's what it costs for those 3 programs to come into the school. When they put them into the school, it costs $8 million, and that's a lot of money. And so again, if we go back to what the teachers union and the 3 candidates that are coming up, which is Quintero and Marilyn and Marilyn Anderson and Misty Jansen, they want to take the school back. They want to go back to when we were losing millions of dollars. They want to take you back when there was, in fact, teachers being fired and principals being fired. I think it was something like 16 just a couple of years ago, where either fired or forced to retire out of PYUSD. So they want to go back there when things were actually negative and not working really well. There were no new programs happening. Things weren't going well, but that's where they want to go back to. And so back when they spent this $8 million, you would have thought they would have put together a program like Dr. Alex Cherna says, I'm going to put together a program that not only benefits our kids, but we want to make sure that it also turns a profit so that it doesn't cost the district money. So it doesn't cost the citizens of PYUSD money in order to do something here at the school. It is obviously more beneficial when you put a program together that actually creates revenue so that you can turn around and put more money into the programs, and so that you can help the kids. And that is even add, equipment and things that the kids may need. So at a cost of $8 million, you would think that they would do that, but no. The revenue out of that $8 million last year was $5,710, $179.51. And so it cost $8 million. The revenue was $5 million. So the programs that the past superintendents and the past trustees prior to Leander Blades and Todd Frazier and Sean Youngblood cost the district $3,042,728.51. $3,042,728.51. So that was a negative. It was a negative. This one program alone, and I just have the numbers I'm going to share with you here just so you understand. So let me revisit. The Buena Vista cost $3,064,000. El Camino cost $3,767,274. Parkview cost the district $1,920,000, almost $1,921,000. Sorry. For that grand total, $8 million. USI only cost, at least at this point, I don't know if it's going to cost anymore, but USI only cost $1,235,000. $1,235,000. Remember, the other ones cost $3,000 and almost $2 million. So $3 million, $3 million, and nearly $2 million. So USI only costing $1.2 million. Revenue is $1,854,000, and the total revenue is $619,900. So before USI even gets started, before USI even opens its doors, it's already created a revenue of $600,000. And I hope all those numbers didn't get too confusing. I know that my graphics there probably weren't the best. I'll do a better job next time. But that's what I was actually trying to put up really fast so that I could show them to you. So please understand that under the old regime of Plutko and Matthews and El Sasser, they did zero for this district in their entire time here. There was no new programs, nothing fantastic. They cost us a lot of money in loans that is going to cost hundreds of millions of dollars. These schools were not making a profit. They were losing money. Last year, they lost again, like I told you, about $2 million to the school district. They did nothing for the school. Dr. Alex Cherna comes in here along with the trustees and his executive staff. And of course, now all these fine coaches put in a program that costs less than any of those programs did, about half the cost of any of those programs, and created revenue of $600,000. CTA, APLE, which are both teachers unions, are part of the cabal of teachers unions, want to go out to the community and lie to everybody and say, oh, these programs are going to cost us so much money. It's going to break the district. It's going to cause so many people to lose their jobs. None of those things are happening. It's a positive in revenue. It is a positive for the kids. It's going to only increase enrollment, which is going to increase the revenue. And that is some great news for all of us here in the Placentia Yorba Linda Unified School District who have kids in the district. I currently have 4 kids in the district, and 2 of them are young. One is still in elementary school. One's entering junior high, who will be attending the Orange County School of Computer Sciences. And I'm just so grateful for everything that's happening. So I wanted to bring you that important breaking news. And I hope that it kind of made sense. But let's look a little bit really quick before we leave here. And Dr. Alex Chernis is he's the one who's leading the school district right now to places that it's never been before. He's more transparent than any other superintendent we've ever had. He's an incredible guy. I really enjoy talking to him. And then we have the executive staff and the trustees that we all need to be applauding. I don't have any of the coaches for the UCI or anything like that, but Dr. Isaiah Gates, who the two minority, Marilyn and Carrie Buck, they voted no to actually allow Dr. Isaiah Gates to be deputy superintendent. They voted no against him. Gary Stein is doing amazing things with the budget. Dr. Olivia Young, who's the assistant superintendent for educational services, doing an amazing job. And of course, like I said before, we got Leander Blades, Todd, and Sean, who are doing great stuff. So if we want this to continue, and you're part of PWAL USD, these are the candidates in November you have to vote for. Leander Blades in Area 3 is running for re-election. And then we have our two new candidates, Ryan Miller in Area 1 and Maria Lupita Stubbs in Area 2. So make sure that you just pay attention to them. The other ones that are going to be on the ballot, just ignore them. They are supported by the teachers unions, who wants to take us backwards. They don't like these positive things that are happening. They're going to really hate that USI is showing a budget and it hasn't even opened the doors yet. Again, expect some lies. Expect some more attacks on Dr. Alex Chernis. Expect more attacks on Leander Blades. Expect more attacks on me for reporting this. And it's just going to be awesome. All right, my friends, wanted to bring that to you right away. I hope you're having a good Sunday, and we will see you later on this week. All right, my friends, take care. Talk to you later. Bye.